our first witness, NBI Agent Kalilong. And with that, Your Honor, we would like to request that Attorney Virgil Ligutan, Attorney Amado Ligutan be recognized, Your Honor.
For the record, Attorney Ligutan will be representing the counsel for prosecutors, and on the part of the respondent, it will be Attorney Narvasa. That will be correct? By the way, while we're waiting for the witness, Attorney Narvasa, if you recall yesterday, Attorney Ligutan, in response to a question by a senator judge, gave a discussion, a peroration, if you will. Yesterday I said we will be giving counsel the same opportunity. I cleared it earlier with Senator Pia Cayetano, who wanted the statements deleted from the record. However, since this is a televised proceeding, nakita na eh, napakinggan na eh. So i-erase ko man sa record, baliwala na lang. The fairest thing to do is to give you an opportunity as well. Attorney Ligutan spent 5 minutes and 18 seconds delivering his discussion. The court will give you the same time after your cross-examination with a warning. With a warning and reminder from the presiding officer that the presiding officer will not tolerate such perorations again by either party, even if it is in response to a question of a senator judge, and the presiding officer will try to remind as best we can senator judges to let the witnesses present the evidence of both parties instead of the counsels presenting both facts and law through their statements. Senator Judge Cayetano, Alan.
I'd like to thank the presiding officer for prudence, for wisdom in trying to resolve this issue. And I do understand that we are 24 people, all elected by the people, all wanting justice, all wanting a fair trial. Having said that, prudence dictates that we stop ourselves from asking certain questions that can prejudice the whole trial, whether or not our intention is to do so. So the problem is well stated by the presiding officer that if we simply delete from the record, mapapanood nyo na rin naman sa YouTube yung magandang discussion ng prosecution. So, on one sense, it is fair to give the defense a chance to answer. But on another sense, it's unfair. Why? Because whoever phrases the question, lamang na eh. Kasi yung question nga is, why is this an impeachable offense? So for example, if I was the one who stood up yesterday and I asked the prosecution, why is this a political vendetta? And why is the House not investigating the flood control instead of investigating the Vice President? That would be unfair. That would be unfair to the House. That would be unfair to everyone. So simply giving the prosecution the chance to answer that question I asked would be unfair to everyone. So I do not know the solution. I accept the solution of the presiding officer. Now, let's not tolerate any more questions like that. I agree with Senator P. I don't like being called out. But that's the role of the presiding officer and the Senate President. No. So, sana yun lang, no, na one, when we ask the questions, we'll make sure it doesn't prejudice the whole trial. Whatever we say here, may ma-accuse na lawyering for the prosecution or defense. Okay lang yun. Okay lang yun. Sa prayer nga kahapon, di ba? Basta't justice, bahala na magalit. Okay. But my last point, Mr. President, let's give the defense a little latitude in not only answering that question, but what you want to say. Because nga, the question is unfair. So if you're simply going to answer that question, then it won't solve the problem na nakapagsalita sila 5 minutes, kayo nakapagsalita. So we'll consider, personally, I'll consider the very eloquent answer yesterday as a sort of a closing. So same, personally lang, Mr. Presiding Officer, give the latitude to the defense na parang closing din. whatever, because they have affirmative defenses. And they did not push us to hear that. They went straight to trial. So dun din sa mga nagsasabi na delay sa dami ng objection, that's unfair. No? Let's give everyone latitude here. The same thing, I think, may konting ano sa internet na photocopies are not original and the council was simply citing, tama ba? A Supreme Court decision, no?
And the rules of court.
And the rules
Your
of
Honor.
court. So I'm just saying it's an emotional issue. So all of us will be hit, badgered, whatever. I think trabaho naman nung witness natin, bantayan yung internet. So as long as hindi foul, hindi threat. But having said that, Mr. President, let's give each other leeway, but only to the point that the trial will not disintegrate, di ba, into a political fiasco or circus. Thank you, Mr. President.
The remarks of Senator Judge Alan Cayetano are noted. Senator Judge Pia Cayetano.
Thank you, Mr. President. This will be brief. First of all, I'd just like to confirm that I acknowledge what the presiding officer said, that I agreed. Basically, I'm withdrawing my motion in the interest of fairness, because the delivery of justice is about fairness. So kung nakapagsalita nga ang prosecution with their closing statement, di pwede rin dapat mag-closing statement ang defense, no? So I am amenable to that. But very, very, very briefly, Mr. President, I'd like to put on record, why are we being strict about the rules? Why do I have to bother standing up? Well, because nothing in this world will run well without the rules. Now, my colleagues, the Senate is a basketball-loving Senate. Dami dito, hilig mag-basketball. Kung ako volleyball player, colleagues ko, basketball. I'll use basketball as an example. Will you have a decent basketball game if there's no rules? No, there's rules. That's why we stand up. And then sometimes, there are also opportunities to question the rules. That's also fine. But that's why we have to stand up and call the attention of the presiding officer when we feel that the rules are being violated. And we will continue to do so when we believe it is necessary in the interest of justice. Thank you, Mr. President.
The remarks of the lady are noted. Since we are discussing housekeeping chores and matters, let the presiding officer continue with the same. The presiding officer will call for a break midway through in order to afford the parties 15 minutes to relax, go over their notes, and do their thing. In regard to senator judges or counsels for the parties who are not on deck, you're free to answer the call of nature in the least disruptive manner possible and return afterwards outside of the 15 minutes that we will be doing halfway through the proceedings. And finally, a request has been brought to the presiding officer to request as well the senator judges to lower the tone of conversational voices, because I think where you're seated is an echo chamber. Naririnig sa iba't ibang sulok ng plenaryong ito yung mga sinasabi din ninyo, at hindi rin nakakapag-concentrate yung ilan sa ating mga kasama na nakaupo sa paligiran ninyo. Just a reminder, and one last reminder before I recognize counsel for the respondent, Mr. Calilong, you will be testifying once again and will be undergoing cross-examination under the same oath
Yes, Your
that you
Honor.
took yesterday. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel for respondent. Attorney Narvasa, if you're ready, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Your Honor, may I be allowed to approach a witness?
You may do so.
Thank you, Your
counsel.
Honor. Good afternoon, Mr. Calilong.
Good afternoon, sir.
During your direct examination, you testified that you were trained on photo and video authentication.
Yes, sir.
You said that you were trained for 2 weeks?
Specific for photo and video, sir.
Sir, my questions are answerable by yes or a no. Can you
Yes, sir.
please constrain yourself to these questions, unless I tell you, okay?
Objection to that, Your Honor, please.
And you got this training from
can I
Max.
check to that? I have to
Before
make an
counsel for
objection.
respondent proceeds, Counsel for the prosecutor, to let the presiding officer
Your Honor.
recognize you first. You are so recognized, sir. What is your objection?
Thank you so much. Inasmuch as I would like to accommodate the defense that in asking the question that the witness is to be limited to a yes or no question, Your Honor, please. Unfortunately, Your Honor, please, that's not sanctioned in the rules. There's nothing in our rules that would allow a defense to constrain a witness, even on cross-examination, to answer the questions by a yes or no answer. It's not in the rules. So, Your Honor, please, we cannot constrain a witness to answering either a yes or a no. The witness should be able to qualify. The usual answer by the defense is that it could be handled by the prosecution on redirect. But that is not the case, Your Honor, please. So long as there is nothing in the rules that would allow the defense to constrain the witness to answer yes or no, the prosecution will vehemently object to that, Your Honor,
The
please.
presiding officer
May I, Your
overrules
Honor?
the presiding officer overrules the objection. The counsel for prosecutors can make a continuing objection regarding this matter, but it is the position of the presiding officer that the witness is seasoned enough. According to his testimony yesterday, he has attended over, if I recall correctly, 30 hearings already. So he would know how to respond and to explain if the need would arise. And it's up for counsel for the responding default to strike out whatever answers that are not responsive to his question. Counsel for respondent may proceed.
Thank
We
you.
would abide, Your Honor, we would abide.
Thank you, counsel for the prosecutors.
And you testified that you got this training from MaxCore Interventures,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
And you said that the training you got from MaxCore Interventures was in digital forensics.
Yes, sir.
I have with me in Articles of Partnership of MaxCore Interventures Co. You see that it states that it is the Articles of Partnership of MaxCore Interventures Co.
Whether the videos presented yesterday are AI generated or authentic. So are you experienced enough analyzing whether a video is AI generated or authentic?
Yes, Your Honor.
What makes you say that?
Based on my experience, Your Honor, and the video itself, it's a 2 hours long. Normally, an AI-generated video will only last a short second, sir.
So the video that was presented yesterday, where we saw the VP was saying something or talking to that effect. Did you do something, or what kind of system did you observe or follow to ensure whether that video was AI generated or authentic?
Based on personal observation, sir.
Personal observation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, a few more questions. Therefore, will you be able to say that the video presented yesterday were AI generated or authentic?
The video presented today is what it is being seen on the Facebook, sir.
Okay. So, based on your affidavit, you mentioned that the NBI subpoenaed some members of the media who are participants of the online press con on November 23, 2024, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And subsequently, you said that you questioned and investigated these persons regarding the conduct of that press con. So, based on what you gathered from your investigation, so I have a few questions, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who set up the press conference?
Based on our interview, sir, it is the Office of the Vice President, sir.
So, it wasn't spur of the moment? Press con?
I can't confirm, sir, but it's the response of the media personnel that we interviewed.
Okay, who invited the participants?
If my memory serves me right, it's JC Kahinhinan, sir.
Okay. Who is JC?
Staff of the Office of the Vice President, sir.
Okay. Who are the participants? And how many participants were there, if you can remember?
As far as I remember, it's at least 40.
40. Okay. Were there mainstream media or anybody from the broadsheets at that time?
There are, sir.
There were.
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many? Approximately, give or take?
We have the one that we have issued subpoena, sir. At least 6, sir.
6. Okay. What was the reach of the video on that very day? Like how many views on that very day and then a few days later? Were you able to observe that?
I can't remember, sir.
You can't remember. Okay, how did it spread o paano kumalat sa SOCMED yung videos that was presented yesterday as far as you know when you did an investigation?
It became trending, sir.
It became trending. And my last question is, kasi in-establish dito is inciting to sedition on top of yung sa sinasabing grave threat. Ano yung mga comments na napansin mo doon sa video? Can you give us an example?
One of the comments, because on the video November 23, there were mentioned about people power when asked a question by Princess Maui. And the Vice President agreed. And ang laban ay wala sa EDSA, nasa Malacanang. And there are responses from the comments, but it's not documented. That is agreeing, sir.
No further question, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Judge Tulfo. Senator Judge Aquino, thereafter Senator Judge Pangilinan. Senator Judge Aquino has 2 minutes. You may proceed, sir.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Kalilong, kanina may nabanggit na 2 affidavit, isang January at isang February. Yung January ay binalik sa inyo, tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
And there were 7 grounds why it was returned to you, is that correct?
7 points.
Can you narrate what are the 7 points that you addressed? Is that the correct term that you addressed in the second affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you name them, please?
May I have the certificate, sir?
The certification, was it counsel for the respondent?
Your Honor, may I
Yes,
get
you
the
may approach
Thank
and
you,
show him the document being alluded to by Senator Judge Aquino.
Note 1. There is no affidavit of the person who recorded the video entitled BP November 23 Presscon at Batasan through open broadcast Super Studio and in turn stored in the DVD. Number 2. The press briefing conducted on October 18, 2024 was not recorded and or stored in DVD, and there was no TSN of the said briefing and the necessary affidavit of the person taking the TSN. Number 3, Annex I and K DVD with markings NBI-CCN-C-24-12436-2 and NBI-CCN-C-24-12436-2 were not accompanied by an affidavit of the recorder and the TSN. Number 4, Annex L did not indicate who made the TSN. There was also no affidavit of the person who made the TSN. Number 5, the affidavit of what Patricia Morales mentioned that she stored the footage in a USB and submitted to the NBI. However, there was no USB attached to the complaint. Only DVD was attached. There was no detail regarding the content of this DVD. Number 6, only the minutes of meeting with several personalities and representatives from various media outfits were submitted. Although the minutes were signed, there was no individual affidavit executed regarding to the contents of the said minutes. Number 7, one of the elements of crime of grave threat is that the offender threatens another with the infliction upon the latter's person, honor, and property, or upon that of the latter's family, or if the wrong amounting into a crime. In the instant complaint, only the NBI executed an affidavit and there was no participation on the part of the offended party, as it appears in the NBI is not the offended party of the crime of grave threat.
Okay, so nakuha mo yung nag-submit kayo, yan yung binalik sa inyo, and then you did your best to correct all those items, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the first 6 are technical, no?
Yes, Your
Yung
Honor.
panghuli is a matter of who is the offended party.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hindi nyo na-correct yan?
Uh,
Or nung binalik ninyo, it was accepted already by the DOJ. Is that correct?
There is an explanation, Your Honor, that was included in the letter of the former director, Judge Jaime Santiago, sir.
Okay.
Wherein
yeah, go
in
ahead.
in the filing for preliminary investigation, it is not required for the victim to execute an complaint affidavit.
Yan yung
sir.
sagot ng NBI.
Yes, Your Honor.
And once you submitted, it was accepted by the DOJ.
Yes, Your Honor, and we received a certification, Your Honor, that our evidence is enough for preliminary investigation, sir.
Okay, yun na yung second response to the second affidavit that you provided.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. May mga nabanggit dun sa mga statements tungkol sa hitman, no? Sa totoo lang, yung presensya ng hitman, mabigat yon. So, let me ask, are you the one who investigated just the video or did you also investigate the presence of the hitman that was being mentioned in the videos of the Vice President?
I was only tasked for the video, sir.
Okay, may I direct this to the prosecution? Will you be presenting other witnesses that will pertain to this alleged hitman?
As to the alleged hitman, Your Honor, please. Yes.
Yes. So kayo, Mr. Kalilong, hindi kayo nag-imbestiga niyan. Wala kayong alam tungkol dun sa presensya ng hitman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. President, I will refrain from my questions and wait for the witness pertaining to the hitman. Maraming salamat.
Noted and entered into records, Senator Judge Pangilinan, thereafter Senator Judge Ontiveros, and then Senator Judge Villanueva.
Thank you,
Order
Ms.
that they
Thank
raise their
you.
hands. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr.
Pangilinan.
Presiding Officer. The question is to the witness. Kanina tinanong sa iyo ng Defense Counsel or Counsel for the Respondents na kung ikaw ay abogado. Ang sagot mo hindi.
Yes, sir.
Ikaw ba degree holder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano ang degree?
Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Accounting Technology, and I'm a certified public accountant, sir.
So you're a certified public accountant.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kahapon, tinanong ko sa iyo yung training. No? Kasi nabanggit mo, nagkaroon ka ng mga training. Ang nabanggit mo kahapon, 2 weeks ng training.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero on what matter?
Only on photo and video authentication, sir.
Okay. Meron pa bang ibang training na ikaw ay you went through bilang expert or competent witness sa usapin ng digital technology, cybersecurity, online training? Meron ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anong mga ito?
I mentioned that I have a training in Certified Computer Hacking Forensic Investigator. I have a training in Computer Forensic, Mobile Forensic, and Photo and Video Authentication training. I have also training in cybercrime investigation. We also undergone a 480 hours training on cybersecurity and a training before we start the bureau. We have undergone the NBI Academy, which teach us all the aspects in investigation, sir.
Okay, and siguro last question. Ang training na ito, puro local ba o meron ding training sa ibang bansa?
I have an international, sir, recently.
Ano yan?
It's a training in Strasbourg.
Okay.
The name of the training is...
Saang lugar na lang, Mr. Witness?
Strasbourg, Germany? France?
Strasbourg, France, sir.
Oh.
It's a 5 days training, sir.
And meron pang ibang international seminars na inattendan mo?
International, sir, but it is conducted locally, the Interpol, sir.
Interpol.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Thank you, Senator Judge
Salamat.
Pangilinan. Senator Judge Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am, and you have 2 minutes.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Para sa Counsel for the Defense, Mr. Presiding Officer, just for clarity, ano pong relevance nung video na ipinakita ni Attorney Zuleika Lopez? Sinasabi po ba ng depensa na yung mga alleged threats o alleged incitements ni VP Duterte ay prompted nung detention ni Attorney Lopez?
Yes, Your Honor. There was a systematic oppression made by the House of Representatives dating back from their even before their mini trial, Your Honor. The committee headed by Representative Joel Chua began investigating the Vice President and her people, even when Attorney Zuleika Lopez was being interviewed by the House Committee of Quadcom Committee, Your Honor. Even if she was answering the questions faithfully and to the best of her ability, she was cited in contempt, detained. Her lawyer was not allowed. Her lawyer was not allowed to be with her when they were trying to detain her in the Women's Correctional Facility, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Presiding Officer, Counsel for the Defense, position po ba ng depensa na pwedeng palampasin ng alleged grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta?
Your Honor, that is not the point.
No. Mr. Presiding Officer, I am making a point through my question and I am asking the good counsel for the defense dahil sinabi nila there was a systematic oppression that yes, yan po ang nag-prompt nung alleged grave threats and alleged incitements ng Vice President na prompt po ng detention ni Attorney Lopez na kanyang inilarawan sa ipinakitang video kanina. Kaya itinatanong ko kung yan ba ang posisyon ng depensa na pwedeng okay lang or pwedeng tanggapin ang grave threats kung may masasabing lehitimong dahilan para magbanta.
Yes, Your Honor.
Before counsel
Yes,
for
Mr. Presiding
responded answers, although he already answered in the affirmative,
Your Honor, I was just referring to before.
would like to remind the senator judges to be cautious in making counsels for either party make conclusions of law and fact instead of presenting evidence through a witness they will present or through direct, cross, redirect, or recross. Because if he answers Senator Judge Ontiveros, that would effectively place on record a conclusion of fact and law, not drawn from a witness, which they can very well do so during their closing remarks. And when I allow him to speak by way of repartee to the peroration yesterday and discussion yesterday by counsel for the prosecution. But other than that, as agreed with some of the senator judges, we would try to limit the answers of the counsels for the parties. With your indulgence, Senator Judge Ontiveros, please.
I submit, Mr. Presiding
Thank you, ma'am.
Officer, may I just in closing make of record that I also appreciated and also submitted to the ruling of the presiding officer yesterday because I appreciated that it partook of the history of impeachment proceedings in this court. Pinag-aralan ko rin po ng maigi ang mga nakaraang mga impeachment trials at di hamak na pati noon naging liberal ang pagpapahintulot nila sa mga katanungan ng mga senator judges para lang mas maliwanagan ang iba't ibang punto. So I again thank the good presiding officer and again reiterate my submission to his ruling and thank the good counsel for the defense for his response.
We thank Senator Ontiveros for her
you.
indulgence and understanding. Senator Villanueva. And thereafter, Senate President Gatchalian. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer. May I just point out something to the witness? Mr. President, Your Honors, the witness mentioned yesterday that reported statements of the Vice President were referred to the Presidential Security Command and evaluated in coordination with the National Security Council. Just to assist the court in evaluating the relevance and weight of the government security response in determining whether the respondent the respondent's conduct constitutes an impeachable offense. May we know from the witness could the witness explain yung threats po ba, how threats against the president are ordinarily assessed by the government? Kasi dito yung lumalabas yung pag-weigh natin whether or not meron bang bigat yung threat o ito'y ordinaryong threat na nangyayari sa pang-araw-araw nating buhay. Specifically, Mr. Witness, what factors are taken into account in evaluating a reported threat and in determining appropriate measures?
I can't answer on the part of the NSC or TNO because I'm not part of the institution.
In your ano po, in your capacity as an
In my
agent?
capacity,
Yes.
one of the consideration if it's a active threat, if it's the one giving the threat is capable of doing so.
Meaning,
If someone
high-ranking officials, and if you say an
high-ranking and have
official,
a capability or power over to implement those such threat, it is considered, sir.
example, a mayor, perhaps? Would you say a high-ranking official? A congressman?
Not-
Or yung basihan po ng kanyang threat. Kunyari, ang threat ko, dadalhin kita doon sa buwan. Wala naman akong space shuttle. So, wala din pong bearing yon. Is that the correct assumption?
Not only, sir, but also how it was delivered, sir. Like what was mentioned in that I mentioned previously, it was mentioned that no joke, no joke. It's a serious.
So, that is the...
One of the considerations,
That's
sir.
the consideration. Thank you very much. And lastly, Mr. Witness, you made mention na submit mo sa DOJ noong January 30. Is it the same affidavit that you submitted to the HOR?
The one that submitted to the HOR is the affidavit dated February, sir.
So that's the latest.
Yes, sir. The one that complied with the requirements of the DOJ, sir.
Thank you very much for that clarification. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Villanueva. Before I recognize Senate President Gatchalian and thereafter Senator Erwin Tulfo, may I remind Attorney Narvasa that your 5 minutes, you'll be given your 5 minutes after the questions of the senator judges and before we recognize the counsel for the prosecutor for his redirect. Senate President Gatchalian is recognized.
you,
You may
Honor.
proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr.
May I be
Presiding
clarified?
Officer. I believe that we would do it after recross. So
You
it's-
want, I heard cross.
Sorry,
After
Your
we
Honor.
cross.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Better for us.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I just have a few questions, clarificatory questions. Narinig ko ho kanina ginong testigo na nasabi niyo may 40 media personalities doon sa press con. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang inyong inimbitahan, 6 lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit 6 lang?
The 40, we see the number of participants, but the number of person who asked the Vice President during that time, it's limited. And we consider who we sure that is present during that time, Your Honor.
Meron bang kayong criteria kung paano pipiliin itong mga media personalities or kung sino lang ang nagtanong? Kasi kahit hindi ka naman magtatanong, nandoon ka naman, naririnig mo yung mga diskusyon, meron ba kayong mga criteria kung paano pumipili ng media personalities?
Yung sure po namin na present during that time. Kasi kapag hindi po kasi kayo nagtanong, hindi po magpa-pop up yung mukha nyo tsaka yung pangalan nyo.
Okay. At itong mga 6 na sinupinan ninyo, ano yung kanyang common statement na ibinigay?
Kinonfirm po nila na present sila during the November 23, 2024 press conference and yung utterance po ni Vice President narinig po nila.
Okay, I believe ilan dito sa mga personalities ay ipapatawag rin. So tatalon ako sa ibang topic. Nakita ko kanina itong tungkol sa MaxCore Interventures at nakita ko kanina pinakita yung Articles of Incorporation. Mukha siyang supplier ng equipment. Ngayon, nasabi rin na doon ka nag-training for 2 weeks. Sino nagbayad ng training?
Sir, the training is included in the procurement of digital forensic tools In the procurement document, it ni-require po si MaxCore na mag-provide po ng training included in the equipment, sir.
Yung paggamit ng equipment.
Tsaka yung ano po, yung process po ng digital forensic as a whole.
Yung kanya lang pag sila ba ay 'di ba sa mga IT, let's say Oracle, alam natin kilala yan pagdating sa IT. Si MaxCore ba ay kilala pagdating sa digital forensic training? Kasi sa alam pag nakita ko kanina talagang supplier sila, but are they a well-known or internationally renowned training organization?
It's not the MaxCore itself, but it's the trainer that they provide, sir, that is capable in training us, sir.
Itong trainer na ito, certified siya in this type of technology?
Yes, sir. The trainer has a lot of certifications in relation to digital forensics, sir.
Can you name a few certification na meron itong trainer na ito?
I can't remember,
Like, let's
sir.
say Oracle or let's say Microsoft, di ba? May mga ganyan
No,
yan.
sir. CompTIA, sir. CompTIA training. I believe he also have a certified ethical hacking certification and a lot more, sir. When it was presented to us, sir.
All right. So itong mga trainers nito ay certified trainers na pwedeng mag-train sa iyo at magiging certified ka rin.
Yes, sir. Initial na akong certificate, sir.
Lastly, Mr. Presiding Officer, after training, nakakuha ka ba ng certification na katulad sa kanila?
No, sir. But that certification that I was trained by them, sir.
Pero ikaw mismo, are you certified
I have-
to do forensic examinations for your purpose and responsibility?
I have a certification, sir. I am a certified computer hacking forensic investigator, sir.
Itong forensic analysis, meron kang for this purpose, itong pinag-uusapan natin.
The computer, the authentication, sir, part or as a whole, sir.
As a whole.
I have a certification in computer hacking, sir, specific. But I have trainings in relation to the...
Iba yung hacking eh. Yung pinag-uusapan natin, forensic examination ng video, forensic examination ng mga ganitong bagay. Meron kang certification doon?
I have certificate, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge Erwin Tulfo, thereafter Senator Judge Marcos. You may proceed, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ang katanungan ko po ay para sa ating testigo. Batid ko po na sa ilalim ng Republic Act 10867, sa ilalim po ng Section 4, ang kapangyarihan po ng inyong ahensya na mag-imbestiga kapag ng mga krimen, partikular na...
Your Honor.
And was this, is there an interagency also or just purely NBI?
Don't have personal knowledge. Maybe our chief, sir, has the
Okay.
knowledge on that, sir.
Yes. No, that's all I asked for naman, yung personal knowledge.
Yes, Your Honor.
So pakiulit mo yung sinabing, how exactly sinabi sa'yo na tignan mo yung video, imbestigahan mo, or may statement? So,
To be specific, sir, as far as I remember, may statement si Vice President regarding the November 23 press conference na kung saan may pagbabanta na naganap,
Okay.
pakiimbestigahan.
pakiimbestigahan. So, ganun ka-general. May
Yes po.
pagbabantang naganap, pakiimbestigahan.
Yes po.
And you proceeded by watching the video.
Yes, Your Honor.
And when you watched the video, you got to the part na may pagbabanta.
No, Your Honor. I first don't know which part of that.
So, you watched the whole video, of course.
First, the clippings, Your Honor.
Okay.
Then, I look for the whole video, Your Honor.
Then you watched the whole video.
Yes, Your Honor.
And thank you for your honesty. So, after the clipping, tapos the whole video, what did you do next? You reported or you made your recommendations? I don't understand the process lang kasi.
Upon identifying the whole video, I informed my executive officer that I identified the video, Your Honor.
And then yung sinabi mo yesterday, then you started looking for patterns. That's why you looked at yung dating mga video ni Vice President.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you started investigating the threat against the President, the First Lady, and the former Speaker of the House.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you investigate the threat against the Vice President?
We tried, Your Honor.
How did you try?
It is included in our letter to the Vice President, Your Honor. That's why we're inviting her to proceed to our office to investigate the threats to her life, Your Honor.
How about the vlogger who asked her about Oplan or whatever they call that Romanov? Did you invite them?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did they testify?
The Princess Maui did not appear, Your Honor.
Did not appear. Did you also look for previous videos that are threatening to the Vice President?
We look on the Romanov part, Your Honor.
Okay.
But we identify a different person who first mentioned the Romanov, Your Honor.
Did you coordinate with the PSG?
I have no personal knowledge, Your Honor.
You yourself?
Yes, Your Honor. Maybe our chief, Your Honor.
Yeah. But you are aware that the primary responsibility of protecting both the President and the Vice President is the PSG?
Yes, Your Honor.
So isn't it fair to say that any investigation against a threat to the first family, the President or the Vice President, you would normally ask the PSG if they received any threat?
I have no personal knowledge, Your Honor.
No, I'm asking, hindi ba normal sa investigation kung sino yung primary agency na taga-protekta na lumalaban dun sa threat ay tatanungin natin?
Yes, Your Honor.
So bakit hindi tinanong ng NBI ang PSG? Or in your case, why didn't you ask the PSG?
Maybe it can be answered by a chief, Your Honor.
No, I'm not. I will ask your chief also. I'm asking you, when they said, look at this, you looked at other videos, you tried to get Princess Maui, you tried to get the Vice President, but you didn't contact the PSG for the First Lady, for the President, and for all you know, the PSG will tell you right there and there, the threat is real, or the PSG will say, politika lang yan. Diba? Both the Vice President and the President are protected by the PSG. So why wasn't so nakalimutan lang or wala sa procedure nyo or?
Your Honor, there is already a statement from the National Security Council, Your Honor, that it is an active threat, Your Honor. That's why we start investigation.
Yes, and the primary group that will know if it's an active threat is the PSG. So if this was the United States, it will be the Secret Service. So whether the FBI or the CIA, state troopers, the federal marshals, kung sino man mag-iimbestiga, parati nilang tatanungin yung Secret Service. So I'm just curious why we did not ask the PSG input.
Kindly wind up, Senator Cayetano. Senator
Okay.
Judge Cayetano.
So my last question is, how did you characterize the threat of the Vice President to the President? Given that ang exact words niya, huwag kang mag-alala ma'am sa security ko kasi may kinausap na akong tao, sinabi ko sa kanya, kapag pinatay ako. So that'll be fair to you and not vague, no? Did that phrase, kapag pinatay ako, have any bearing in your investigation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was that bearing or thoughts in your mind?
First of all po, dun sa statement, may nakausap na po. It already took place before pa yung mangyari yung meeting. And nung
Excuse
condition...
me, I'm not talking about yung may kinausap na para pumatay. Ang sinasabi ko yung sinabi niya na pag pinatay ako.
Yes, Your Honor.
How did that affect your investigation?
There is a condition na kapag pinatay siya. But as we can see, it's only applicable if there is only two parties. The statement make a loophole wherein a third party can use that na kapag namatay si BP, ma-execute ngayon yung statement ni BP na may nakausap na siya without the participation of the one mentioned, the President, the First Lady, and the Speaker of the House, Your Honor.
That's fair. But what I'm saying is that in your reports, did you characterize it as a conditional threat? Kasi kung hindi naman siya pinatay, the logical implication is that there's no threat against the... So I'm not saying it's not illegal, immoral to contract a killer. I'm just trying to follow the logic na pag sinabi kong pakukulong kita, Mr. Witness, pag nagsinungaling ka under oath, then it's actually not a threat. It's a legal... I'm just telling you the law, di ba? Pero pag sinabi kong pag hindi ka sumunod sa akin, anuin kita. So that's my last question lang. So how did you characterize that? It wasn't a conditional in your mind because may kinausap na?
Even with or without, sir, it's still considered a threat as long as the
I
person...
have no doubt there. I'm just asking, is it a conditional threat?
Based on our affidavit, sir, I believe it's conditional, which...
Based in your affidavit?
Affidavit.
But your initial assessment, yung personal mo as an investigator, this is an investigation of the whole NBI, but yung personal mo.
The threat is absolute, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Judge Cayetano.
Your
We
Honor.
now proceed. Senator Judge Padilla is recognized.
Maraming salamat po.
Thereafter, Senator Judge Zubiri.
Maraming
Senator
salamat
Judge
po.
Padilla, you have 2 minutes.
Opo. Nais ko lamang po magtanong sa ating saksi. Ginoong saksi, kanina po kasi habang nagkakaroon ng pagdinig, ako po'y laging iistorbo dahil tuwing may itatanong, mag-o-object, medyo magulo po eh. Pwede po bang sagutin po ninyo ako dahil noong pong February 5, ang sabi po dito ay insufficient po yung na hindi dapat makarating na sa preliminary investigation. Tama po ba? February 5 po yon.
May certification, sir. Yes po.
Opo. Tapos nung February 14, naging sufficient na for conduct of preliminary investigation. Nasagot po ba yung 7 na sinabi dito na para, ang sinasabi po kasi dito nung February 5, merong 7 na kulang.
I believe so, sir. That's why we have received a certification, sir.
Ayun. Kasi po, parang narinig ko kanina, hindi po naibigay yung original copy nung sinagawang interview kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Yung original po, na kopya, kung sino po yung nag-record. Wala po kayong affidavit? Meron po ba kayong affidavit na nakuha nyo?
Yes, sir. Ako po yung ang inire-request po ng DOJ dyan is affidavit po nung nag-screen record, which is my affidavit, Your Honor.
Meron po siyang affidavit?
Ako, sir. Ako po yung nag-execute, sir.
Hindi po yung mismong tao?
Yes po. Ang hinihingi po kasi ni DOJ is kung sino yung nag-screen record through OBS, sir.
Hindi po yung mismong tao?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kayo lang po yung nag-affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero meron po kayong ng pagkakataon ba na nakausap niyo yung tao at nagbigay siya ng affidavit?
May I clarify, Your Honor, if sinong tao yung tinutukoy?
Yung nag-record po?
Ako po yung nag-record through OBS, sir.
Hindi po. Yung mismong nag-record po kay Inday sa Vice President. Nakausap niyo po ba? Yung raw file po. Kasi napakahalaga po nun. Kasi doon po natin malalaman kung original ba o hindi.
The video itself, sir, is publicly available. That's why I performed the recording, sir.
Opo. Pakisagot na lang po, mahal na saksi, kung nakuha niyo po ba yung original. Yung original, hindi po yung galing sa internet.
The original, no, sir.
Yun lamang po. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Judge Padilla. Senator Judge Zubiri, you are recognized, sir. You have 2 minutes.
Maraming salamat to our presiding officer. Magandang hapon po, Sir Witness.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Gusto ko lang magtanong, clarificatory questions lang po ito. Dito ba sa ating bansa, dahil tinatanong ko po ito sa inyo, dahil kayo po investigating body, sa ating bansa, meron bang specific law pagdating sa mga banta sa Pangulo, Pangalawang Pangulo at kanyang mga successors? Or yan ba'y pasok lang sa grave threats, which is applied sa lahat? Applicable sa lahat ng tao?
Based on my personal knowledge, sir, it's only on the grave threat, Your Honor.
Which is applied to everyone, if I'm not mistaken. No? Kasi sa batas sa Amerika, sa Estados Unidos, meron po tinatawag na number 18 under the United States Code, Section 871. There is a specific law na pinagbabawal po itong mga threats to the President, Vice President, and its successors. May jail time po ito at may fine na malaki. As a matter of fact, dito sa panahon ni Pangulong Trump, marami na po silang kinasuhan at hinabla at napasok sa kulungan dahil sa paglabag nitong batas na ito. At Secret Service po ang sumasagawa ng investigasyon. Sa atin ba dito, ang NBI ba ang nabigyan po ng kapangyarihan para gawin itong investigasyon under your new NBI code?
Under our law, sir, the new NBA law, included po yung investigation to the threats to the life of the President, the Vice President, the Speaker, the Senate President, and the Supreme Court, sir.
So, klaro na kayo, nasa kapangyarihan ninyo. Kasi hindi pwede sa Presidential Security Group. Hindi katulad sa Estados Unidos, yung Secret Service ang talagang nanguhuli at nag-imbestiga. Sa atin dito sa Pilipinas, ang NBI po ang nangunguna sa investigasyon. Tama po ba yan o mali?
It is within our law, sir.
Okay. And this is just food for thought because not only are we senator judges, we're also legislators. It may be time that we also craft a law that will be specific on threats made to the President, Vice President, and its successors, meaning the Senate President, the Speaker of the House, and the Supreme Court Chief Justice. Sa Amerika kasi, sa batas po nila, and I'll just wrap up, the defendant, to secure conviction, the defendant communicated a threat. The defendant understood and intended the statement as a true threat. Hindi po niya sinabi joke only in the end. And pangatlo, the defendant knowingly and willfully makes the threat. So just food for thought as legislators as well. So maraming salamat po, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Judge Zubiri. We now proceed to where we left off. I believe that was the redirect of the counsel for the prosecutor. Just out of curiosity, without any pressure, because I promised I would declare a break somewhere in between, depending on how long your direct and recross would be, I can call the break after the recross and the statement of the counsel for respondent, so that we break on a good point before we call on the last witness for today. Yes, counsel for the prosecutors.
As to the question, if the prosecution will do the direct examination,
The redirect. Kung mahaba-haba
sorry,
pa
the
yung
redirect examination after the cross-examination of the defense, the prosecution decides not to conduct a redirect, Your Honor, please.
Thank you, counsel for the prosecutor. Counsel for the respondent, do you want to begin to utilize your time now?
Your Honor, I will turn over the mic to my co-counsel. He will also be the cross-examiner for the next witness.
But Your Honor, please, sorry. May I make a manifestation, Your Honor, please, before we proceed, Your Honor, please? A manifestation as to the
In
statement.
connection with what, counsel for the prosecutors?
As to the manifestation earlier that all the documents that were confronted, that were
Yes.
presented to the witness, I believe that the defense said that all those exhibits were pre-marked. But based on our records, Your Honor, please, and then I hope the defense will clarify this for the record. We perused the documents and we don't see that the articles of partnership and the screenshots of the websites that were presented earlier, based on our tally, based on our records, these were not pre-marked, contrary to what the defense manifested. So we would like to seek clarification from the defense.
That is correct, Your Honor. Those three documents were not
Noted
pre-marked.
and entered into the records.
Thank you so much.
Given that there is no redirect and recross, counsel, can you state for the record your name?
Good afternoon, Your Honors. I am Mark Sivinluan for the Vice President.
Sir, you're aware of the situation. Time was given to the counsel for the prosecutors to make a discussion about whether or not Article 4, the acts alleged in Article 4 constitute an impeachable offense. You have the same time of 4 minutes and 26 minutes, which will round. Before I allow you to continue, kawawa naman si Mr. Calilong. Mr. Witness, Mr. Calilong, Senator Judge Lacson, before we excuse. Senator Judge Soto is recognized. Sir, what is your pleasure, sir?
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, are we going to dispense with the witness already?
Unless you have questions, I believe Senator Lacson has questions to the witness. So not yet.
Well, it's a simple question.
The gentleman
You're
may proceed.
familiar. Thank you very much. You're familiar with the internet, of course.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you noticed that lately all the AI-generated videos have a caption saying AI-generated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kaya pag walang nakalagay na AI-generated, siguradong hindi AI-generated?
Yes, Your
exactly.
Honor. Today, Your Honor.
Yes, lately, no?
Lately, Your Honor.
Lahat nakalagay. Pag AI-generated, nakalagay AI-generated and Meta does not allow it. Right?
They allowed it, but there is a AI info part.
Correct.
On
Let's
the
say
post.
there is a manifestation.
Yes,
that
Your
it's
Honor. It is
AI-generated.
explicitly mentioned that AI.
So you're aware of that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's it.
Senator Judge Lacson, you likewise have 2 minutes, sir. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer, Mr. Senate President. I have questions para sa ating testigo. Since you are presented here as an expert witness, alam nyo, nagkusort din ako sa digital forensics expert para lang makonvince sa sarili ko. No, my first question is, in this day and age of artificial intelligence, no, will you agree with me na it is almost impossible to distinguish an AI-generated video from the original?
It
Almost
is-
impossible.
Yes, Your Honor. It is hard, Your Honor.
Yeah, very hard, di ba? Very difficult. So kasi ito, impeachment trial, ano? Kasi sa court, ginagamit talaga yung expert testimony ng digital or computer forensics expert. Now, you may or may not answer this question kung classified, ano? Gusto ko lang malaman, ano ba yung digital forensic tools na ginagamit din sa NBI?
Currently, I'm not familiar. But during the time na nandun po ako sa Digital Forensic Laboratory Division, meron kaming NCase Forensic, Celebrite, and Amped Authenticate, sir. Amped Authenticate, sir.
Ang balita ko, yung AMP 5 or AMP Authenticate. Diba?
Amped Authenticate, sir.
Ito yung ginagamit ninyo. Ito, capable ito na magsagawa ng reverse image, a photo or video. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ito ba yung ginamit mo?
For this part, Your Honor, the OBS only, Your Honor.
Bakit hindi nyo ginamit ito?
The duration is too large, Your Honor, the 2 hours. And the Amped Authenticate can only detect if there is a inconsistent FPS, Your Honor.
Yeah, kaya ako tinanong yon dahil una-una maraming para mag-adhere na magamit sa korte, no. Likewise sa impeachment court. May mga requirements, di ba? Sinabi mo kasi meron kayong open source, di ba?
Yes,
Pero
Your Honor.
ang pinaka-importante yung chain of custody, of course, yung provenance,
Yes, Your Honor.
yung original na pinanggalingan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ang sabi mo pinanggalingan lang Facebook.
The Facebook was captured, Your Honor.
So, hindi yun ang original, di ba?
The screen recording is the original itself as to my authentication, sir.
Yeah, and you can attest sa authenticity ng video.
Yes, Your Honor.
In spite of not being or not having originated from the original.
Yes, Your Honor. I compared the recorded with the original and ensured that the contents are identical, Your Honor.
Kasi nabanggit mo rin, ginamit mo yung manual comparison simultaneously ng dalawang videos.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero again, I will insist na talagang hindi reliable yung manual. Ito yung sinabi sa akin ng digital forensics expert na nakausap ko. No? Ang mas importante, makuha mo yung original copy, yun nga, yung provenance, di ba? Para talagang, tapos masundan mo yung sa analysis, gagamitan mo ng tools para malaman mo na talagang authentic yung video. Of course, I'm not here to question the authenticity. I just want to be assured dahil Sabi ko nga kanina, pagka sa artificial intelligence, napakahirap talaga. Almost impossible to distinguish it from the original video or yung source.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you are competent enough doon sila ginagamit yung forensic tools o forensics tools at yung inyong yung competence mo through your training, you know,
And experience, Your Honor.
and experience. Kasi sabi mo nga, you've been with the NBI since 2021, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
And since then, you have appeared in some 20,
At least 30, Your Honor.
30.
Yes, Your
30 court hearings.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Senator Judge Lacson. Senator Judge Cayetano, what is your pleasure?
Just a clarification addressed to the presiding officer.
You may proceed, sir.
Apologies, I don't remember if it was one of the counsels or one of the senator judges who asked the witness a while ago whether he was an expert witness, and he said he was a competent witness.
That is correct.
And there's a
The
difference
presiding
between an
officer
expert
confirms that.
witness. So he's not an expert witness. He's an competent witness.
That is correct,
Yes.
Your Honor.
So that will have bearing because whether or not an AI video can be produced without an AI has to be testified by an expert witness.
If I may,
Wait, yeah, go ahead.
If I
That
may-
doesn't mean, I don't think you'll disagree with my second statement. That doesn't mean that this witness is not competent to testify on that. Second point, I just like to clarify for the record, my understanding of watching the video is that it was on StreamYard, then a link was shared sa Facebook.
Yes, Your Honor.
So if that's the case, Mr. Presiding Officer, the original video is with StreamYard, not with Facebook, or are both original?
It's Zoom, Your Honor.
Zoom?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was informed StreamYard, but just for the record, so that later on when we review everything, someone testified to it.
Duly noted.
Yeah, thank you.
Duly noted and entered into records. Mr. Vinluan, you have your 4 minutes and 26 seconds, but we cannot use the seconds in our timer, so just look at the clock, sir, please.
Your Honor, please.
Before we... yes, Mr. Kalilong, you are excused, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And thank you for your time and cooperation with this impeachment court.
Thank you
Thank
so
you, Your
much,
Honor.
NBI Senior Agent John Mark Calilong. Thank you so much.
Hold on, Mr. Kalilong. Yes, Senator Judge Padilla. What is your pleasure, sir?
Ginoong tagapamahala ng hukumang ito, nais ko lamang po sana hingin ang mga credentials ng ating saksi kung paano po lahat ng kanyang certification, lahat, upang mapatunayan po natin lahat na
He's ready.
To it earlier, but kindly respond to the question of Senator Judge Padilla, Mr. Witness.
I have here, sir, my certifications during the time of my investigation, Your Honor.
Can you, mahaba ba?
I can read, Your Honor.
Mahaba ba? Hindi.
ibigay na lang po siguro sa
Kindly
atin.
just submit it to us, yes, please.
Opo,
Yes,
submit
Your
na lang po.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If that is okay with Senator Judge Padilla. Thank you, sir. Mr. Kalilong, you are excused, sir, and thank you for your time and cooperation with the impeachment court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The presiding officer will just wait for the witness to leave the premises before recognizing Attorney Binon. Okay,